Hello, welcome to another Speedbird Sim Deck video. You join us here on the ground in a very sunny Jersey on our way to Dublin on the next leg of our Euros tour. Flight time of about 1 hour, block time of 1 hour 28 minutes. We're going to try and see if the Fenix is behaving itself after the last couple of videos where I think it's tried to kill us. I'm not quite sure what's been going on. I have looked on the forums and there's a few reports of issues since the last update to the sim and Windows, so we'll see what happens. But leaving here today, leaving runway 08 on a Scary 2 Bravo departure from gate 5, we're entering Dublin airspace with a Battery 2 Zulu arrival for runway 10 left. Not expecting too many issues. We should have nice skies and should be quite clear as we pass over the channel into Devon and Cornwall. I think it's going to start to get a little bit overcast as we head over South Wales into the Irish Channel, but it should break hopefully as we enter Dublin. So before we start, let's just make sure we're on live weather and real time, which I suspect we're not. There we go, and you can see the cloud now in the distance. So without further ado, let's get in the cockpit, let's get started. So come up to the overhead, battery 1, battery 2, external power. Let's put our beacon on. Master APU. Let's put the no smoking signs, emergency exit signs, bit of heat into the hold, oxygen for the crew, and let's turn on the fuel pumps. Back down. Let's start the APU up and align our ideas left, right, and then middle to nav. Electronic flight bag. Let's go to the Fenix. Excuse me. And then we'll bring in from sim brief. Here we go. 23 minutes away. We'll be off sooner than that with a bit of luck. There is no VAT sim, so we can go when we need to. And fast time for fueling. Let's go to the MCDU, ATSU, AOC menu, flight init, and let's edit data request and bring in the initiation from SimBrief. There we go. Flight number, British Airways 74 Bravo, Jersey. Go to Dublin, and Shannon is our alternate. Flight time of 1 hour. So init page. Init request. Flight number, British Airways 74 Bravo. Cost index today is 15, I think. No, 18. Is it 18? We're going to be cruising at flight level 340, 34,000 feet. Let's bring the winds in. There we go. And then back to init B. Our zero fuel weight today is 59.2. / we haven't got our centre of gravity yet, so we'll just leave that. Our block fuel is 5.9 tons, and we can leave that page for now. Going to flight planning, departure, Jersey departure, runway 08, and we're on the Skerrig to Bravo departure. There we go, insert that, and our arrival into Dublin is ILS 10 left. We are coming in on the Battery 2 Zulu. There are a lot of arrivals, and there will be a via here. Battery, there we go. Battery 2 Zulu arrival, and our via will be. Let's have a look. Oslex, via Oslex. And insert. Now, as ever, always come and check that makes sense. So come up to your EFIS, go to your planning page, and then just make sure you've got your nav display and your MCDU in the picture and just scroll through just to make sure. So that's us coming out of Jersey. We make that left turn towards Skerry. Then we head over the Channel, Cornwall, Devon, and Exmoor, and at Exmoor we then start to head over to southwest Wales, and then across the Irish Sea. There we go, across the Irish Sea, then into Dublin. That looks great, absolutely brilliant. Happy with that. So no changes needed, which is really good. Back into the MCDU, let's go to our performance page, and again what we need to do is all the information here. There's a calculator on our electronic flight bag. So this little arrow at the top here, the aeroplane symbol, departure performance, runway 08 is dry. Let's sync the load sheet, let's sync the live weather. We have got a bit of a wind, so that's interesting, we've got to watch that. And then calculate, although predominantly from behind us, to be fair. Okay, then we make a note of all of these. So V1126, VR140, V2140, thrust reduction 1270, flex to temp is 54, flaps 1 down 0.2. Back into the MCDU, and all we do is input all of that data into here. So V1126, rotate is 140. Same with V2. Transition altitude is done for us, it's 5,000 feet. That's the altitude at which we will switch from local QNH to standard. It's 1270. Let's use the correct calculation. It's not a million miles away. It's done quite a good job actually of calculating that. Thrust reduction, engine out is 1270. Flex to temp 54. Flaps 1 / down 0.2. Down 0.2. There we go. All looking good there. I don't think we've got much else to program in. Obviously we'll have to come and complete the init in a minute, so let's leave that on there for now. So QNH, local QNH today is 1025, and we'll set, what we'll do is we'll set the alternate standby to 1025 as well. And on the FMC, let's set flight level 340. We haven't got any ATC on, and the aircraft will stick to all of the constraints anyway. Whoop, there we go, 340. Both flight directors are on. Let's just do the pedestal while we're here. Bit of light. I do like it to be brighter, just my eyes. Okay, let's turn that to TARA. Oops, T8, and we'll turn it as we go. Let's get there we go. Wind shear on. I think we're looking good here. Let's lock the door while we're here, shall we? Let's go back to the Fenix page. And we're still loading. So while we're loading, let's just take a look at the chart. So here we are on the ground in Jersey. It's quite straightforward taxi to runway 08. We'll just come down Bravo and straight onto the runway and away. And as we take off, you'll see from the chart, there's the runway. We take off, and we've got to then take a left turn on the Skerry 2 Bravo. When we get to Delta 20 Juliet Sierra Yankee, we must be at 5,000 feet. So when we're parallel with Guernsey, we've got to be at 5,000 feet. Then we continue our climb then up to Skerry before we will then track north over the Channel and we'll cross over Exeter, North Devon, and then turn left and we'll cut across Milford Haven, southwest Wales, before crossing the Irish Sea on our approach into Dublin, which you can see here. So we'll come on the Vatry to Zulu arrival to Rhubar, where we'll turn left to Detax. You can see the constraints, got to be below 2,300 feet, flight level 230. Detax, Burmo, where Burmo we must be at flight level 070 and a maximum of 220 knots. We will then turn left to Babon, maximum 220 knots, again at flight level 070. and we'll turn right to Oslex, where we've got to be at 5,000 feet or more, and then we'll start our descent onto the final approach. So from Oslex we go to Suboff, where we've got to be at 4,000 feet, and then at Ibiza 3,000 feet to capture the ILS on a 3-degree glide slope. Decision height today is 50 feet. We could even do 97 feet, which is probably more likely. We may even do 335 feet. Because it's a clear day, we should see the runway no problem. There we go, boarding is now complete. Thank you. So ground services. Let's take the chocks away. Let's just come back up here. We've got the APU running. We can turn off the external power, and now we can disconnect it. And then let's connect the tug. While we're doing that, mass and balance. 31.2. 0 fuel weight centre of gravity, that's what we want. 31.2. Remember we said we've got to fill that in here, so /31.2, and we're done. Okay, so let's turn on the APU bleed on. Ready. Let's turn the strobe on. That little rock that you just saw there was the tug being connected. So push back today, quite a straightforward one. It's all the way back and then round, because we are heading straight down runway 08. Nothing coming behind us. There's another British Airways there, look, but all okay at the minute. So let's start our pushback. Parking brake off. There we go. While that's starting, kicking engine 2. Looking good. Good start. Turn on the nav and logo lights while we're here. Ooh, we should have done that as well. Turn on the seatbelt sign, but never mind. Done it now. Hopefully we'll make this round. I hope we don't end up in the mud. No, it's looking okay actually. It's looking fine. It's actually bringing us around better than I anticipated, so look at that, almost perfect. Not quite, but almost. Let's stop the pushback. Set the parking brake. Disconnect the tug. Good start engine 2. Let's start engine 1. While we're here, set flaps 1, arm the ground spoilers, and auto brake max. Once we've got a good engine start, we'll turn off the ignition. And while we're here, we've got a company message, so let's go and sort that out. It's probably just the load sheets, which is absolutely fine. But let's just clear them off. Yeah, load sheets, accept, return, done. We'll probably get another one in a minute, but that's not a problem. So good engine starts, look. So turn off the ignition switch now. What we'll do, come at the top, turn off the APU bleed and the auxiliary. Let's turn on our lights in preparation now for taxi. All looking good. So both engines available, ground spoilers on, seatbelt signs are on, parking brake is set currently, APU is available and landing lights are on. So parking brake off. No, parking brake back on. Let's test the flight controls first. Full forward, whoops. Now that's interesting, why is that not going? Full forward, full back, full left, full right, nose wheel, right rudder, left rudder, brake, yep, nose brake, all good. Okay, so parking brake off, let's give it a little bit of power. We can start taxiing now down to runway 08 on our way to Dublin. It's a really short hop, as I say, 1 hour flight time, 1 hour 28 block to block. You have just got to watch the turns here at Jersey. They are a bit sharp, that's the only thing I would say the Fenix doesn't like on the nose wheel. Sharp turns, so you just got to be mindful of that. That's okay, we're doing alright, it's fine. And this is the FS2000 Jersey model, much better than the Asobo one, which is generally just blocks. If you've ever flown in here, you will have seen that. But yeah, very well modelled. You've got the general aviation area to the left and the working radar look. So while we're doing that, let's just turn that now to TARA and let's do a takeoff test. Good, all green, no blue. We're good to go. Let's hope the Fenix behaves itself, unlike the previous videos where it's decided for whatever reason just to veer off to the side. So I'm kind of hoping we don't have any issues. Okay, it's all clear, there's nothing coming in, I have just checked. Let's turn all the way around. And this is us just turning straight onto the runway for our straight out departure. And there's the runway ahead, look. It's not the longest of runways, I have to say, but I think we're good. Let's go. Power up. Check. V1, rotate. Whoa, that's a wobble. Blimey. That's doing it again. What is it with this aircraft at the moment? Oh dear. Autopilot set. Positive climb, gear up. Ground spoilers off. Auto brake off. I really don't know what it is with the Fenix at the moment. I do wonder whether it is actually my pedals. There's something going on with them. Anyway. Woo. Let's have a look. What a beautiful view as you come out, look. Flaps fully retracted. Still climbing nicely. Remember, we've got to be at 5,000 feet. We cannot be above that by Delta 20 Jersey. Some aircraft above us, look. And we're on our way to Dublin, despite that dodgy takeoff. We are on our way. Wow. Gonna have to have a look at my my pedals. I think I did have a look at the forums, and there were some people were saying that since the last Windows update and the World update, they've had similar issues, but not everybody, which is bizarre. So there we are. Look, on the Skerry 2 Bravo now. We're taking this left turn, just head up to Skerry, and then we'll head north over Cornwall and Devon. So we'll stick to the constraints now. Just keep coming round, and if we look out of the window, ahead of us to the left should be Guernsey. Come through this cloud. There's Guernsey. Over here, I think this is Sark. I think this is Sark ahead of us. Guernsey's over here somewhere. Unless, no, there's Sark. That's Guernsey there. Just below it is Sark. So we're maintaining 5,000 feet, which is in line with the constraint. And after we cross over Sark, then we can start our climb. Now you see the QNH is actually flashing at us, but we're not past the 5,000 feet yet, and if we did pull, we could get a false reading, so we're not going to change to standard just yet. So making good progress though. It's all good. Auto brakes are off. Yep. So about an hour and we should be on the ground, hopefully, in Dublin. If we check in our flight plan, our top of descent will be, there we go, top of descent 1519. And we will be targeting 3,000 feet. 1519, about half an hour. Half an hour and we'll start our descent. So just coming up now to the D20 Jersey. A beautiful day. There's the French coastline just in the distance. Company message, I imagine, is going to be the final load sheet, but let's just check anyway. Yep, there you go. Accept. Looks beautiful down there. Really does look beautiful. Got a nice day for this flight, really nice day. I think I may go back to the fly-by-wire A320 for a bit, because this is annoying me. I'm not sure what's if I try the fly-by-wire with the pedals, if the pedals do the same thing, and then we know it's the pedals, but there is a little bit on the forums. At least we didn't crash it. At least we got off the ground. Right, now we're climbing. Standard pressure. There we go. Wait for 10,000 feet before we turn off the lights and the seatbelt signs. We're now targeting flight level 340. Yeah, there's a little bit of rain cloud just to the west of us, but we shouldn't get bothered by that at all. Just some showers, we'll be above it anyway, and it looks slightly overcast. I don't think it's raining at the minute in Dublin, so we're okay there as well. So while we're climbing, let's go into our electronic flight bag and let's just start to program our arrival performance, with it being such a short flight. So runway's not even on here. Really? Really? Right, let's go 10 right, because I can't see another way of doing this. Oh, that's interesting. 61.1. That's really interesting. Wonder why it's not in there. Maybe I'm not supposed to be using 10 left. I'll have a look at the charts in a minute. Anyway, let's just take a note of that METAR. 090 at 12 knots, 7 degrees, and 1032 hectopascals. Let's come into the MCDU. Let's program that. QNH 1032. Temperature is 7. Wind is 090 at 12 knots. Radio now. What did we say? I'm just going to double check. 10 left. 10 left. Okay. Just say 10 left, so that's what we'll do. 10 left. And decision altitude today, I think we'll go for 335 feet. If it accepts it. Let's hope it does. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. So 10 left is actually the longer runway, 10,200. If I missed something, because there's only... wait a minute. No, there isn't. There's more runways, isn't there? How do you... See, 10 left and 28 right are not in there at all, are they? 28 left and 10 right are, and 16 and 34 are. That's interesting. Oh well. Anyway, that's what we'll go for. It's pretty good in terms of weather on the ground in Dublin, and should be on the ground in approximately 40 minutes. So relatively short hop for us. We can take that. We're on our way. So just coming up to Scary, about 18 miles, and then we'll head in a more northerly direction to cross over the channel into Cornwall and into North Devon. Interesting, but never mind. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that blue beautiful blue sea. Absolutely gorgeous. There's the coastline. Cornwall just coming into view ahead of us, look. And we're still climbing, still targeting flight level 340. Coming through flight level 210 now. So what we can do is come up the top. We could have done this a bit earlier actually, but never mind. Seatbelt signs off. That's the lights off. There we go. Ecam, no memos whatsoever. This is what we want. Let's see if we can get down on the ground in one piece without a heavy thump, without the aircraft veering off. It's really strange. I don't know what is going on. The last 3 flights the aircraft has veered to the side just as we're hitting V1. And I genuinely don't know why. Frustrating, but there you go. And we start our right turn now, heading towards the coast, and then Exmouth, before crossing the Bristol Channel, over southwest Wales, over the Irish Sea, and then into Dublin. Beautiful. Those clouds are looking really good. Really good. I'm just going to pop outside the plane. Get a screenshot as we get closer just for the thumbnail. There's the coastline. Just beautiful. Love Cornwall. Cornwall and Devon. Great places to visit. And that's us now passing over the Cornish coastline. We'll go straight over Cornwall and Devon, and then over the Bristol Channel, which you'll see shortly coming up ahead. Fly past up there, look, another aircraft. Plymouth down there somewhere. Another aircraft up there. Way above us, not going to cause us any problems whatsoever. So that's Brixham we've just passed over there, down there to the, oops, behind us, that's Brixham. I've got Torquay, just down there, that's Torquay. Then you've got Teignmouth here, and here is Exmouth. So that was good. Brixham Bay, Paignton, Brixham, Paignton and Torquay. Really good. So in actual fact, I don't think we crossed into Cornwall. I think we stayed in Devon. So top of climb coming up now, about 12 miles. Probably about another 15-16 minutes and we'll be at top of descent. So we'll check that while we're here. Top of descent, so 15:05 top of climb. Top of descent is still saying 15:19. So I've got 17 minutes. So we're not going to be at cruise for very long, which is absolutely fine. That's coming up now. Flight level 325, targeting 340. Nose will come down slightly. So now just approaching that top of climb, 2.5 miles. And we see it coming in here. Look, have a look. We look there. There's flight level 340. It's coming down. Once it's here, we'll be at our cruise. There we go. Nose coming down. Perfect. Flight level 340. So what I'm going to do is just go back to the Phoenix. I'm just going to check the METAR for our arrival. So 1500 hours, so that's literally just 5 minutes ago. Wind is 090 at 13 knots. Still +7. QNH is still 1032. So it's only a minor change, but we will change it in the MCDU. And I don't anticipate that we'll actually need to make any more changes. So 090 at 13. So wind's got a little bit heavier, not noticeably. Okay, looking good. just have a quick look at the charts. This is us. You can see as we're crossing over Devon now, heading to Exmoor. And at Exmoor we'll take a left turn, go over Swansea, past just to the east of Haverfordwest, Milford Haven over here, before passing out into the Irish Sea, and I'll start our approach at Vatry on the standard terminal arrival route. So Vatry, as we've said, got to be below flight level 230, and we'll work our way down the Star. At Burma we will take a left turn to Babon before right turning to Oslex, and at Oslex we'll start our final approach. And there's our final approach there. Look, so we come into Oslex to Subov, right turn to Ibiza, where at Ibiza we've got to be at 3,000 feet to capture that glide slope. So bring us down, and we have Pappas either side, and we'll be coming in at 10 left. Missed approach. Now we did have a missed approach at Jersey. I'm hoping we don't have one this time. So missed approach. Climb straight ahead to Delta Whiskey 901. And then turn left to Delta Whiskey 902 and Delta Whiskey 903 at or below 3,000 feet and a maximum of 200 knots. Then proceed at or above 3,000 feet to Bataf, which is this point here, to initiate another approach as directed. So we basically could do a big left-hand loop to come back in and try again. Hopefully we won't need to do it more than once. I'm hoping we'll be on the ground in one go. Let's wait and see. So here's our left turn now, Swansea ahead. What I am going to do is I am just going to program in here go steady. 3,000 feet. I'm not going to arm it, I'm just going to have it there ready for when we hit our top of descent, because that's the altitude that we will be targeting to capture that glide slope. So now headed towards Swansea. There we go, straight levelling back out, still at flight level 340. Yep, so making good progress really. I'm pleased with this. As I say, we should be on the ground in about half an hour, starting our descent in 10 minutes time. Starting to see it clouding over. It is a little bit overcast in Dublin, but there's breaks in the cloud. It's not thick cloud. And it's certainly not raining. The weather's not terrible. There's the North Devon coastline. Got Ilfracombe away in the distance. The Bristol Channel just below us. So approach phase activation is an interesting one. There's lots of debate on the internet, but if you look at some of the standard operating procedures, the SOPs for some of the airliners, as they pass through 10,000 feet, they will activate the approach phase. That will slow the aircraft down, and the aircraft will follow the speed profiles of the final approach. So just be aware though that if you slow down too much after hitting the activate approach phase, it will annoy people that are behind you if they're catching you up. So you may have to manually input the speed just to keep that separation. And then once you go back to manage speed, of course it will slow back down again. But the standard operating procedures for a lot of the airlines seems to be below 10,000 feet. Then you activate the approach phase, different to the approach mode, which is here, because that's all about capturing the glide slope. The approach phase is on the MCDU. So below 10,000 feet seems to be when most of the major airlines flying the A320 seems to be when most of them will activate it. It's beautiful up here. Look at that sun shining off the sea there. I've been out shark fishing over here somewhere. Blue shark. Great fun out of Milford Haven. Highly recommend it. That cloud is thickening up a bit. Even the passengers, some of them have got their blinds down, look. Blimey. Wow. Really well modelled. Okay, so we're about 4 minutes away from the top of descent. We should start to see it coming in shortly. There you go. You can just see it here, about 30, 34 miles, 35 miles out. So it won't be long. And we should be starting our descent into Dublin on the next leg of our Euros tour. And don't forget, you can catch up with all of our other videos on our tour, where we're going to visit every European country and every dependency. And hit that like and subscribe button and that bell just to be notified of our next leg. And also, don't forget, you can join our Discord group at Speedbird Sim Deck, where hopefully we're going to be joining together and be doing some group flights around Europe on some of our legs. And also, when we return to London Gatwick, it'd be good to have a group of us fly in together. So join our Discord group and hit that like and subscribe button and keep up to date with what we're up to. And if you've got any idea where you'd like us to go next, hit that comments. Let us know, where should we fly to next. Right. Doing well here, it's good. Making good time. 3 minutes away from top of descent. Here it comes, look, just coming in now. Just see that top of descent marker coming down. So we've probably got about 17 miles to go before we need to activate it. And don't forget, you do it just before, because it does take a little bit of time for the aircraft to react. It will not react immediately, so always do it just before. Now of course, if air traffic control was on, it would be slightly different. We would be following their instructions, and they would be probably telling us any time now to start our descent. Descend when ready to 10,000 feet is normally what happens. But at this moment in time, we're on our own. So 10 miles. It's coming down nicely, look, you just see it coming down. Let's get 7.5. So when it gets to this dotted inner ring, which is 2.5 miles, just as it passes through, that's when I tend to activate it. Got another aircraft over here. There's 2,000 feet of separation, though we're okay. Here we go, 2.5 miles to top of descent. So it's coming down nicely, and I think what we'll do is we'll activate it now. There you go, green dot, look. See what I mean? It's not actually moved, it's now starting to move just as we cross the top of descent line. So a little tip there, don't wait for it to be right over the top of you, just a little bit before. And the aircraft is now managing our descent. We're staying on the profile. We can see the green dot in the box. It may go out of up or down, but the aircraft will bring it back in. That's what it's there to do. If not, we can always intervene. So one to our right is... well, that's getting a bit close actually. Oh, it's way away. We're okay. We're miles away. There we go, look. Closer than I would have liked. And we've got another one over to our left. Have a look. Yeah, way away, miles away. That's the closer one. We're descending, so I'm not worrying. That space is opening out and it's actually going away from us. So, started our descent. Let's take a look at the charts. So we're starting our descent down to Vatry. We're going to be below flight level 230, then we'll start the Vatry 2 Zulu arrival. It does zigzag in a little bit, but that's fine. Oslex, we've then head north to Subov before we take a right and to Ibiza, where we capture the glide slope. Subov is 4,000 feet, Ibiza 3,000 feet, capture that glide slope and bring us down nicely. Hopefully. Let's hope the aircraft does behave and does what it's supposed to do. We're a little bit off the profile at the moment, so I'm hoping the aircraft is just going to bring that back. We'll just see what happens. If not, we may have to intervene. I think we're okay. I think that's going to start to come back down again in a moment. So this is just coming over the Irish Sea. Not far to go before we start our star. I've got Lemgu coming up next, which is Lemgu. And then just after Lemgu we'll head to Vatry, which is the start of the star. Vatry 2 Zulu. Yeah, slightly nervous about the green dot, but we're okay. But Vatry, we've got to be below flight level 230, which we are going to manage comfortably. May just expedite that descent, just to see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm going to just expedite that descent a minute, just to get us back on that profile. That was wrong. Don't need to expedite it because I'm below it. It's fine. We'll go back into managed. Ignore me. And the Irish coastline just coming into view just on our left hand side. So Southern Ireland. Straight ahead of us over here underneath this cloud is Dublin. See the profile now coming back. It's coming back down nicely. The aircraft is managing, so we're in manage mode. Flight level, just coming through flight level 240. They've got to be below 230 by the time we get to Vatry, and it looks like we are going to manage that. But we will manage it. There we go. Just make a slight right turn now, slight adjustment as we hit Vatry. All good. Now we're below the 230, which is perfect. Okay, so we're now heading to Rhubar. Continuing on our descent profile at Rhubar, we're going to turn left, bank left, and we'll head to Detax. Have to be careful because along our left hand side is some high ground at 4,000 feet, so the next waypoint Bermo, we've got to be at flight level 070, and the reason for that is this high ground. Got to make sure that we do clear that, so we'll be staying at flight level 070 all the way to Bivdy before we start our right turn to Oslex, where we've got to be above flight level above 5,000 feet. But at the moment everything is looking pretty good. Got an aircraft in front of us just below, so it looks like that one may also be heading into Dublin. It's about 400 feet below us. No, sorry, 4,000 feet. What am I talking about? 4,000 feet below us. And that figure's just changed to 00, so it's now at the same level, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe that one's it's actually now plus 03, so I think that one's taking off. All good. No ECAM memo. Really good. Still descending. Flight level 200. Targeting 3,000 feet. Still on the profile, green dot, perfect. Targeting, if you look at primary flight display, flight level 070, and that is because, as we said, got to be at 7,000 feet at Burmo and at 7,000 feet at Bivdi. We cannot be above or below, so that's why it's targeting at this moment in time 7,000 feet, which is perfect. Once we come through 10,000 feet, we'll turn on all of the lights and turn on the seatbelt signs, and we'll activate the approach phase. Sorry if I go quiet, I am just concentrating just to make sure that we have all the data in here. It's good. I'm just hoping these pedals, I don't know if it is the pedals, you know, but we'll see. Could be pilot error. That wouldn't surprise me. That aircraft ahead is definitely on the same heading track we're on. Much higher. So we're about halfway now to Rudder from Vatry. Nicely on the star. Altitude is dropping steadily, which is good. Fuel 3.6 tons, which is plenty. What I am going to do is, we know the METAR for arrival is 1032. I am just going to have a last check of the METAR, see if it's changed much. So 090 at 13 knots, so it's increased back up by 1. Just make a note. 7 degrees, QNH 1032, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come into our standby altimeter. I'm just going to put the local in. There you go. I'll come into here and we'll just change this quickly to, oh no, we've already done it, 09013 71032. That's good. Go through flight level 150. Rebar ahead, where we'll make a left turn heading to Detax. Targeting 7,000 feet shortly after. That's coming down lovely. Passing through flight level 140. Aircraft there just below us, look. Taking off from Dublin. Beautiful day in Ireland. There we go, making our turn now. Dublin is just up ahead in here somewhere, just under this thick cloud. In fact, is that the runway there? Maybe. Can't see it yet, that's not as fields. Just under here. Under here somewhere is Dublin Airport. Okay. It's not bad, 50 minutes in the air. Coming down nicely, flight level 125. Still targeting that 7,000 feet as the first stage of our descent. Heading now to Detax, shortly after DETAX, I've got Burmo, where we must be at flight level 070 and 220 knots. The green dot is good. We are looking pretty good. Can't lie. No aircraft around. Just that awareness of where we are. Turn on that landing system ready. It is very early, but we can turn it on ready. Descending nicely, and they're heading for DETAX. Just coming through flight level 110. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to switch the seatbelt signs and turn on the landing lights ready. Doesn't like that, never does. Why is it? Whenever you... There we go. It's really strange angles for it. Approach phase. Once we get below 10,000 feet, we'll start the approach phase. We'll follow the standard operating procedures. We do have to start decelerating, which we are now anyway. We're targeting 220 knots. Okay, approach phase. Confirm approach phase. There we go. So we are coming down, trying to target 210 knots, but maximum is 220, so that's fine. Starting to descend again. That's good. Doing all right here. Just coming up to DETAX. It's not this one that I'm concerned about. It's the next one, Burma. We've got to be at flight level 070. We've got to lose 2,000 feet. Should manage it. We should manage it. Slowed down enough to hit it, so let's wait and see. Just going to convert this one to local just so I've got an idea of where we are. Still stay on standard on the main. We're not ready to convert to local just yet. Those clouds, really well modelled. I struggled to get that when I first started. I'm on a 3080 as well. I've really struggled. So here we go. Coming up flight level 070, which is perfect. Flaps 1. Let's make our left turn now. Slightly early, but it's not a big bank. And we're at 7,000 feet, which is exactly where we need to be. We are slowing down. Just got to watch that because it's don't want to slow down that much yet. Just going to put this back to 220. Just there we go, 220 just for now, because that's the speed we need to be at Babon. After Babon, once we take that right turn, then we'll go back into managed speed. There we go. So just heading more southerly direction, southwesterly really from the airport now. And we're going to start our loop round to Oslex, where we will start to descend. He's got to be above 5,000 feet by Oslex, which is fine. Then we'll start our descent down to 3,000 feet. So here we go. Make this turn 7,000, which is exactly where we need to be, 7,000 feet. 220 knots. And sub-off is a maximum of 220 knots. So what I'll do is I'm just going to slow us down just to 10. Got a little bit to go. Yeah, we're okay. Let's put this one onto the landing rows. Stay at, yeah, stay at 20 miles out. Right then. It's coming down gradually. Look, coming down, coming down. Oslex is 5,000 feet. Just coming onto the chart now. Look. Heading to Oslex, sub of 4,000 feet at 220 knots maximum, and we'll make that right turn in. Ooh, let's hope we get down on the ground in one piece. I will just going to adjust my chair, so excuse me if you hear it creaking. So ground spoilers are armed. Auto brake medium. We're not on the final approach, so we won't arm the approach button yet. But I will start to slow us down to 200. In fact, let's go managed. May speed us up slightly, but I think it will slow. There we go, slowing us down. That's fine. We're okay. That might be too early. No, flaps 2. We're targeting 4,000 feet at sub-of, which is correct. We must be at sub-of now. We can change our altimeter, and it's 1032. So the airport's over to our right somewhere in this cloud. We can't see it yet, but it is in there. About 15 miles away. Yeah, 15.1 miles. Coming down nicely. Just got to hit that 4,000 feet before we make this turn. Ideally, oops, apologies. As we make the turn, I'll arm the approach button. Is over here. Still descending. There's not an aircraft, that's fine. Good to go. So as we turn, let's enter approach phase. Sorry, approach. Arm the approach. That's what I should say. As we turn, you'll see the airport coming. There it is, just in front of us. Look. Just got to turn just so we can be lined up with runway 10 left. So we're now fighting to get down at 3,000 feet. We've got to be at 3,000 feet and just capture this glide slope. That's the bit. So we are coming down gradually. Little bit to go yet So we hit Subov. Sorry, Ibiza, which is here, about 5 miles. We've got 5 miles to be down. I think we will be. And the descent marker is actually telling us we'll just be before, which is good. Right there ahead of us is the runway. Just there, look. Got the runway on the right, runway on the left. Slowed down nicely, so let's go flaps 3. Flaps full. "12 miles to go." Still descending nicely. It's a bit slow. It should just capture Ibiza. Looks okay. Nose is dropping now, look. It is a little bit breezy, but the wind is straight at us. There's beautiful island, Republic of Ireland. Very green. "10 miles to go." Just see it in the distance. Runway in sight. So we would let ATC know if that was the case. $3,200. I do need that 200 feet off there though. There we go. Just another nose dip. Fighting it. It is fighting it. We should capture the glide slope. It's going to be close, but it looks like we've caught it. Just waiting now. There we go. Glide slope is captured. Got box around the glide slope. Starting to fall. Exactly as we wanted.
2,500.
Thank you all. There's an aircraft actually either landing or taking off on the right hand runway. It's 10 right, just over here, look. 10 left, right in front of us. There's 10 left there. And there's another one that goes right the way across, which is 16 and 34. Doesn't get used as much. That's a takeoff, I think. Yeah, it's takeoff. So we're coming down gradually. Go around, height is 3,000 feet, which is basically we'll just do a big left loop, which we discussed earlier, so that's fine. 3,000 feet is set. 6 kilometers, oh sorry, 6 nautical miles to go. Okay, landing gear down. Coming down nicely, still on the descent profile. It is a bit breezy though, but at the minute it's coming straight at us, so that's fine. I can take that. Gusting 20 knots though. We are getting buffeted a little bit. See the cars just below us, look, on the motorway. Can't see any pappies.
1,000.
Cars below. Coming down nicely. Just get ready to turn off the alarm once we come off. So our decision altitude is 335 feet. All green, no blue. No pappers either. This runway looks a bit...
100 above.
Looks like there's a field going across it. Is it disused? I just made a mess up here, but never mind. Hey ho. Continue. We're going for it. It looks like a disused... Oh dear.
200.
Oh, do you know what? We're landing. It is disused, isn't it?
50, 30, 20, retard.
Oh my god. Cheers, Simbrief and Navigraph. We'll just go over the grass then, shall we? Oh, for goodness sake. So Simbrief and Navigraph gave me runway 10 left. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, anyway, welcome to Dublin. Oh my god. Did think it was strange because on the Phoenix it didn't even come up, did it, as an option? Anyway, we landed. It's fine. We're here. Just imagine the grass wasn't there. It's all good. Good God. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh my God. Honestly, what was that about? Flipping heck. Right, we've got to find a parking space now. What we'll do... There is a lot of parking at Dublin. Got a feeling we're going to go round in a bit of a circle trying to find it, but never mind. God dear me. Disused runway. Flipping heck. There's a lesson. Always check that the runways are open. What are you doing? Love this game, but honestly. Right, I'm kind of hoping I've got a pier up here. Nope. Oh mine. There will be one. There will be. A lot of Ryanair, as you'd expect. A lot of Aer Lingus. It might not be a pier, but I'm going to have to pull in here to the left, I think. Not this one. Possibly the next one. I can't go in any of those. There must be something. Yeah, on the end. We're going on the end. Good God. Disused runway. Absolutely brilliant. And I am on the latest air rack. I have updated everything, I promise you. Wasn't a bad landing though, which makes it even worse. Come on. There we go. Parking brake set, and let's have a quick look outside the aircraft. Everything else is done. Seatbelt signs off. Beacon light, strobe light. Let's have a quick look. Welcome to Dublin. Yeah, it's quite a busy airport. Just remember, 10 left is not for landing on. Oh, that's so frustrating, but never mind. Anyway, listen, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. We will get better, I promise. If nothing else, at least you can have a laugh with us. Till next time, goodbye.